And we are live. Welcome, everybody. This is Aleida. You're listening to Philly Radio's Culturally Lit Africa. And we're about to go live at 99.5 Ahomka FM. DJ Saki, take it away.
Okay, so good evening, wherever you find yourself. This is Ahomka 99.5, and it's a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. And once again, it is a culturally lit Africa radio show. I'm gonna send you all the way to New York City. Later, the main host of the show, she's ready to introduce today's topic and more of the show. Hello, Later, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, how are you doing?
Oh, man, I am missing Ghana. I want to go
Okay.
back to Ghana. I am doing well, though.
Uh,
Thank you again for having us for another week at Ahomka FM Central Region. We are live from New York. And today we have a special guest. I was expecting also an old friend, Verus Nartey, who is the founder of SHOWBIZ Africa, and hopefully he's
mm,
able to connect. He's also traveling right now in Ghana, and you know how the internet goes
yeah.
over there. So
Uh-huh.
we have a special guest from the U.S., an artist. Her name is Natasha Shantel. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing well. And thank you so much for having me. It's a blessing to be able to broadcast with you all today and share some of who I am and some of my music with you today. So thank you for the
Well,
opportunity.
great. Well, thank you.
Mm,
Thank you for coming on. We wanted to talk about um, artists and this pandemic and post
mm.
pandemic plans, right? uh,
Yes.
i I had a music school, and so I worked with plenty of artists, and um, there's been a lot of talk about how frustrating it is to if you sort of you express yourself on a daily basis through
Yes.
music and performance, that during this whole shutdown, how not just the financial side of it, but just the emotional and psychological aspect of what it has done for artists and musicians during the pandemic. So I want to talk about where you are before we tell them about your music and how you get started. I want to start with that.
Yes.
Like, how has
So
this been for you?
I think for me, it's been frustrating, but at the same time, it's been a blessing too, because it's given opportunity to slow down a little bit, to tap into your creativity, because sometimes you can be so busy going that you don't really capture the time or make the best use of the time for your creativity. So I think that this pandemic has given some of us time to feel more, to create more,
Mm-hmm.
to express more. I know that we've had a plethora of emotions that have come with the pandemic. I know people have experienced loss and just the instability of it all. So it's given us some things to work with. Now, me on the hand, it actually kind of helped to push me out there with this pandemic, because it's like it kind of leveled the playing field for everybody. Everybody's at
That's
home.
true. That's true.
Everybody has more of an opportunity to, I think people are looking for music. People are looking to tap in to new artists with this time.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I think that it's been a mixture of both. And I think it
Mm-hmm.
really depends on what you make of it. But
Right.
it has slowed down, and not only just music, but artists in general, for safety purposes. But you have to make the best of it. And I think when you're an artist, you do have that creativity. So we've had to pivot, as they say right now,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and do what you can. If that's doing a live show, making sure you push that video out there, use social media. Those are things that I've been trying to do myself. And
Yeah, I think for me too is getting more online, such as these video platforms. it's not as easy as it looks, and a lot of people have made it look so easy, and it's not. So it
No.
definitely it's definitely challenging. So now, now that we can say we all relate, it has, you know, we can at least all relate on that level.
Yeah.
Um, who are you? Where are you from? And what type of music do you sing?
So, as you guys introduced me, I am Natasha Shantel. That is my performance name. I'm originally from Wichita, Kansas. So,
Wow!
yes,
Look at that.
yes, I am smack dab in the U.S. So
Yeah.
I'm a Midwestern girl originally. I'm broadcasting from Dallas today, but I am from Wichita, Kansas, and like I told you before, creativity is me. I am an artist all the way around. So music is my first love. So
Mm-hmm.
though I do act and I have had some experience in Hollywood and in those aspects, music is my first love. So you will hear me performing R&B. I grew up
Mm-hmm.
in the church, so I started singing in church, but
Okay.
I'm just not boxed in. So I've been influenced by everything, and I think you hear that in my music. So I'm more of
Yeah.
a lover. You'll hear me singing R&B, inspirational with some hip hop influences in there.
Mhm.
Definitely want to reach outside of just my background to reach more people.
And
So
is that what brings you then to broadcasting right now in Ghana, to expose Africans from Ghana to your music?
absolutely, and I love to be influenced and exposed to all types of music, and I would hope
Mhm.
that something that I'm doing resonates, and we're so influenced just naturally by Africa. So to have me be exposed is just, it's amazing over there. So I'm hoping that it resonates. That was actually the first international, Ghana was the first international place to embracing for my music to air. So that was a blessing too.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
that we can say. Ghana is very welcoming.
absolutely.
Um, if Ghana wasn't, DJ Saki wouldn't be welcoming me to the radio station.
Shout out to
So,
DJ Saki.
yay! The I think you're coming up for more awards, right? He is pretty soon internationally renowned DJ right there from the central region of Elmina. Da 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 da. So, um, I want to. Do you write your own music or
I do.
your own songs? Okay.
I do.
What
That's very
instruments?
important to me.
Yes, yes. What instruments do you play?
So I am learning the guitar. So
Mhm.
as I took piano lessons as a little girl, but it didn't really stick with me. So I'm not on the Alicia Keys lane right now.
Mhm.
But there are some things that I think it definitely gave me, but I'm more drawn to the guitar. So for
Mm,
me, still kind of learning instrumentation. For me, is really different. I get the melodies and they just come to me very easily, and then I usually have to replicate the sound that I'm getting
mm.
or that I'm hearing. But we're still learning on the instrumentation side this way.
Well,
Okay,
hey, your vocal is your instrument. Go ahead, DJ
Yes,
Saki.
yes.
let me ask you this question. So, how long have you been doing music professionally? Like when you started to enter into the studio and record it, how long has it been?
Okay. Well, professionally, 2015, I stepped out with my first single. So, although I grew up singing in church, I was more of the background, more in the background, doing covers, kind of
Mm,
hiding. But
Yeah.
then I met someone that, kind of encouraged me, and she said, that's not your calling, is not in the background. And
Mm.
mm,
that's when I stepped out. So it was actually literally running into someone. And I think sometimes fear can, you're afraid. It's easier to sing somebody else's song. It's easier to push
mhm,
what someone
Yeah.
else is doing, but it puts it makes you more vulnerable to
Yeah.
share what you've written or what you've created. I've been writing poetry for forever. So a lot of songs are poetry. So I had all these written works and all these things that I was doing that I was just sitting on until I crossed paths with someone that pushed me and said, that's not your spot and you need to get in your spot, because there are people that are waiting to be blessed and waiting to be encouraged, waiting to be inspired by what you do.
Mm-hmm.
2015 was the beginning, and then um, after that, I kind of ventured more into the acting. And so even with that, I felt like I lost some of my joy because I
Mm-hmm.
love to act, but that's not my first love. Music is my
Mm-hmm.
first love. And
Mm-hmm.
so I had to get back to the music. So I started writing again, started recording, networking with people in LA. And that's actually when I Do was birthed. I Do was written when I was in California. So I was
Nice.
writing songs and then I recorded it during the pandemic. So it was written and I've, had all these songs written, but it was recorded during the pandemic. And that's when I
Where did
pushed
you
forward.
get the inspiration to write I do?
My
Some people,
inspiration,
some people will say, I was in the washroom, I was taking a shower, and it came to me, hey, let me do this, let me do that. Where did you get it?
Or somebody proposed and said, I said
And
I
you said, I
don't.
do. Okay,
No, I
okay,
said I don't, but now I want to say I do.
I do.
you know, I'm a lover. I've always loved love songs ever since I was a little girl, listening to Whitney and Aretha and Brand. I'm a big Brandy fan, and all of these. I just love songs. So I wasn't in a relationship. I literally was just writing from, if I was in this place, what would I say? What would I sing? And that's where I do. Ironically, I am engaged now, so maybe I sung it into
Ah,
existence. But
So, it's all comes to what we are seeing. I do. Now
I
you
do.
do. You're in a relationship. So,
I do want to be married. I do want a relationship. I do want to be in
okay.
love. And look what happened.
Okay.
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. That is the main reason why they say in life you need to speak positive things about yourself, and it surely
Speak
come
it.
true. Yeah.
And
Yes, speak it.
manifests it. So,
Mm.
when are you coming to Ghana?
As soon as I can. Now, how soon can we get me there? I can't wait. I can't wait. Like that's a dream. Is to come over and just, touch bases with your origin. I can't
Yeah.
wait
Mm.
to come over there and
Mm.
celebrate the culture over there and share some of my influence there. I can't wait.
And what
Okay.
what when is the first time? What was the first thing you heard about Ghana?
Mhm.
Oh, the first thing that I heard about Ghana, you know, I have there's a HOPA Awards. I don't know if you've ever heard of
Yes,
it in Los
yes.
Angeles, but they have a lot of different it's an art
Categories.
celebration, film, culture,
Mm.
music. And so they have
Mhm.
people that come, delegates, that come over there, artists, entertainers. And so we've had exposure to the music and some of the artists over there, but HOPA kind of really put me on to like this is like I gotta get tapped in to that. So
Yes,
I'm not sure if you guys have heard of them, but it's
yes,
a
yes, yes.
celebration annually. Yes.
So I think we want to, of course, if we can help in any way to have anybody exposed to Ghana and perform in Ghana, we would certainly promote that and connect. I know that PanaFest, the Pan African Festival, is right
Mm.
now taking participation requests for July. They
Is it
happen.
coming on?
Yeah,
Is it
that
really coming
happens.
on?
Yes.
Okay.
It's happening it usually happens at the end of July, beginning of August.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, so I don't have all the details. I could send you some information about it.
I would love that.
But that would, it could happen again. It happens every year. I think now it's every year. It used to be every 2 years. Um, but
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
Quick one. Since you wish to be in Ghana, do you want to collaborate with some great artists over here? I know
I
right
would
now
love to.
Afrobeat is going global.
Yes, yes,
It
So
it
is.
is.
yeah,
Yes.
so maybe you want to do some Afrobeat with some of our great talented artists over here.
I would love to do that. That's a great way to, expose yourself, immerse yourself
Mm-hmm.
into the culture. So I would love to do that. And as I've shared with DJ Saki before, I actually have a
Yeah,
song that's unreleased that would go well. It's definitely tapping into the Afro beats
well,
movement, and I think it would be received well over there. So I
Any
can't wait to
particular
collaborate.
artist? Any particular artist that you think that you would want to work with that you like?
Well,
uh,
DJ
actually, I'm trying. I'm helping
You were
her with that.
thinking? Yeah,
Yeah, I've already suggested some few people to her. So
yeah.
we are just seeing if the connection will be very strong and they will team up with this particular music.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna put on an event, or you're gonna have her come and just record at a recording studio?
First of all, they have to have the music done before then we think about what next.
No, of course.
Yeah.
I'm
DJ
trying to push.
Saki has been
So
exposed me to some artists.
I
Yeah.
mentioned some few artists. They are new school artists though.
Hmm.
Two locally from Central Region and one in Accra. One is called Camido. He's really doing great when it comes to Afrobeat. And I
Yeah.
also suggested one artist from Elmina. His name is Bogey Wednesday, also doing great over here. And another
Hmm.
artist from Cape Coast called Yao Black. He
I
went to
do like them.
reality show on TV3, and I think
Hmm.
he was a third runner up. So we are just trying to see how we can go about all these things.
Oh, that sounds great. You got to keep me posted
Mm,
on that.
I will.
So I'm trying to. We're gonna see if we can organize an event, but not till 2022.
Two?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
because
Yeah.
2021, it's a little touch and go with the pandemic. So we want to have the ability to have more people attend. Although there's plenty of people traveling to Ghana right now. So
Mm,
Yes. People
and
are traveling.
yeah, but people are not gathering as as normal. So I want to know, what kind of acting roles have you had, and have they been um, connected to any music, or had it been completely different and away from? You know how sometimes artists get cast as artists in a show.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what
Well,
kind
I
of
haven't
roles?
actually had that yet happen.
Okay.
Haven't been typecast yet. Now, see my story of moving to LA. I literally moved with, the story, minimal dollars in your pocket, one bag, and
Yeah.
I was out there for 3 years. Um, but I kind of started with commercials, and that I kind of got into acting through modeling. So for me, I've been bridging over two things. So for me, modeling led into the commercials. So
Mhm.
commercials do really well
Mhm.
for me for some reason.
Yeah.
So that's one avenue for me. And then I just kind of started, you know, auditioning for roles that I felt like fit me. I was an athlete, so I would do athletic roles. I shot a
Mhm.
pilot for a children's TV show because I'm a youth and arts advocate. That's really big for me. And I also do arts coaching for youth on the side as well. So I
Okay.
would do roles that I felt like I'm very mindful of the roles that I take because I want
Mhm.
to make sure that the youth that I work with have a positive role model. So
Yes.
any role that I audition for, it has to be something that I feel like is positive, something that would be
mhm.
edifying to our culture, or it has to
But your
have a
first love
meaningful.
is still music.
I'm sorry.
But your first love is still music.
My first love is absolutely music. My
Music.
first love is music. I love to act. I love that as well, but my first love is music.
So
Yes.
we're gonna try to hear a song. This I do right. I'm
Mhm,
Yes.
gonna
mhm.
see if. Do you want me to try the sound, DJ, or are you gonna do the sound on the other side? We're gonna
Yeah,
hear.
you play the video and I'll play the sound from here.
Tell
And
tell us about this song. Um, What do you want the listeners to know about this song, or you want to?
I do is all about, love. It's all about pushing love, promoting healthy love, strong love. It's something positive for the family. I want to get back to that. I grew up on the positive R&B love songs that the whole family could enjoy. So I hope this is a
Okay.
song that people can use to celebrate their love. If you want to be in love, it gives you something to gauge. You hear songs, the chorus resembles vows. So the good and the bad, the happy, the sad, the joys and the hurts. We want to get back to that. Um,
Okay,
you know,
let's hear the song. Let me see if I can cue the video here.
absolutely. That's seven
Uh,
times eight.
there we go. You want to cue the sound,
That's
DJ?
actually seven times eight that you
Oh,
have
that's
on the
seven
screen.
times eight. Here we go. Wait a minute. What happened to? There it goes.
Yeah.
So you got the sound, DJ,
Yeah.
or you want me to? Can you hear it? Because I can't hear you.
Find you. Tell me what to do to make it right with you. I'm just trying to be found on the side of truth. I've changed my mind, I'ma do right this time. Time going in circles in my life. I fell and through a little hell, but I'm getting back up.
Yeah, you
If
got
I
that's seven times
fall
eight.
7 times, you tell me to get back up. Hey, if I fall 7 times, you tell me to get back up. Hey, if I fall 7 times, you tell me to get back up. Hey, if I fall, I'm getting back up again. Sometimes I feel like I'm such a mess, but you tell me, love me, and you love me just like this. I'm trying to give you my very best, but the truth is, my best is only good as filthy rags. I'm gonna break your heart, reminded of your scars. Don't wanna play a part in crucifying you. Tell me what to do to make it right with you. I'm just trying to be found on the side of truth. I've changed my mind, I'ma do right this time. Time going in.
Okay, so
Nice, 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 nice,
That was
nice, nice.
seven
Love
times
it.
eight.
yeah,
That
I
wasn't I do,
figured.
it was seven times eight. But
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Maybe you will perform I do for us for just some seconds.
Oh yeah. She's like, oh, I didn't know if I was performing.
No, no, what
Yeah.
I didn't actually hear you. What did you just
You
say?
would say maybe you can sing a little bit of the I Do song.
Oh, okay, no problem. Always
See,
be
I,
ready.
I, I didn't know he was gonna be
Yeah.
asking you.
See, that's why you gotta be ready. Um,
Yeah.
Got me thinking about buying wedding rings. Got me thinking about having your babies. Got me thinking about an eternity with you. I do. I ain't gonna lie, this loving stretching me. Sometimes you know that you be testing me, but I know it's just love that's protecting me through you. I know what you told me, I know what you showed me. I'm still riding with you even when the road gets bumpy. I ain't going nowhere, nowhere, I swear.
Awesome. You have an angelic voice.
Thank you.
Mm.
So you see, if I could pay for any talent whatsoever,
Mm-hmm.
it would be singing.
Yeah.
It would be singing. So you're
Hey,
very
later,
blessed.
can I ask you a question later? Can you sing?
I just told you I would pay.
Let us judge. Let us judge. No.
Nah, nah, nah. When I'm in the shower or at home in a small room, I sound
Mm.
really, really good.
I think
And when I'm in the right studio,
everybody can sing when he's at the shower.
yeah,
He or she is at the shower.
yeah, yes.
Yeah.
So, and when I'm in a
That, and
good studio that
but
can,
but
manipulate
but
the sound.
that doesn't make you a good singer.
No, what makes you a good singer?
The fact that you can sing under the shower doesn't make you a good singer.
But what makes you a good singer?
I'm just trying to say that you are not a singer. So
Oh, okay.
He said, I'm just trying to say. Yeah. You
So
caught
if
you got me.
yeah, if we have any artists listening right now in Ghana, in Elmina, who are tuning in and just heard Natasha and you would like to work with Natasha, meet Natasha, help us bring Natasha to Ghana,
Yes.
um, call us, let us know. You could also email us at sowemedia@gmail.com and uh, culturally lit Africa at Gmail. It's a lot easier to spell Media at Gmail. DJ Saki, if you could give the phone number for callers if they want to call in and speak to Natasha, you could do that. Let me know
yeah,
whenever you're ready. Okay.
yeah.
Sure.
But let
Yeah.
me ask you, Natasha, how many
Mhm.
music do you have now?
How
How
many
many
songs?
songs do I have
How many
out
songs?
presently?
Yeah,
I
I
just
think
have the two
we are
that I
having some
released.
feedback. I don't know where it's coming from.
Okay.
Let's see. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. So I currently have two singles out, and that is I
Mm-hmm.
Do and 7 times 8. So those are
Okay.
the only singles that you'll be able to find right now. There are other songs in the works and other songs that will be released, but those are the two
Mm-hmm.
that you can find presently.
Okay.
And where can
So
people find the songs?
So you can find them on every major platform: Spotify, um, Apple Music, iTunes, YouTube, under Natasha Shantel. Yeah, so it's everywhere where you can purchase or download music. You can stream it or download and purchase the singles.
Awesome.
okay.
Awesome. You have any more questions, DJ?
I know you have another name, Houston. Are you related to Whitney Houston? Like,
Yeah, because I was
No,
thinking, why not keep Houston? Because
you
Houston
know,
has some sort of fame.
it
can
does
you come
have some
again,
fame to
later?
it.
Come again.
It does have some fame to it, but I'm not related to Whitney. And so that's a
Okay.
big name to live up to. So
Mm,
I kind of wanted to make sure. And then Natasha Shantel is my actual real name, and Shantel means song in a hard place. And so I think that kind of speaks to my calling, is that although I, am of the faith, I know that I'm called beyond those walls. And so that's kind of like my goal, is to take my music to those places where it's not expected for me to be there. So I decided that it's okay. It's okay to go with Natasha Shantel. And yes, my last name is Houston, so no relation to Whitney, though.
Yeah, it would be a lot to live up to, right?
Yes, yes.
But so what, how do you decide? How do you prepare yourself for writing a song? How do you decide, okay, or it comes to you and you just sit down and say, okay, I'm going to write this song? Or
No,
do you
I'm
have
sorry.
like a ritual preparation to sit down and write songs?
No, I don't have that. And I think it's different for every song. Sometimes I can just have a concept that comes to me, a melody that comes to me. With I do just kind of came to me. And ironically, I found the producer, shout out to Summers Over, who produced I Do. I had already actually had the song written and the melody written literally just came to me, and then I found him, and he had a track that literally the song fit into that track. So the track that you hear with I Do, it just kind of fits. So that was meant to be for that. But every inspiration, it comes differently. Sometimes I can be watching a movie, watching a TV show. I could be feeling a certain way, thinking about a previous experience. It's going to
Mm-hmm.
be different for everyone.
Mm,
So for
mm,
me, you just have to capture it when it comes. I always have like a creative journal with me, or I try to have something with me to capture a thought or a lyric that may come, a melody. I'll sing it into my
mm.
phone. So you got to just capture it when it comes and go with it.
Okay.
We have a listener, Dayaka, who says he would like to make a music video for you.
Oh, that's
Uh,
awesome.
Dayaka was
I-
working. Yes,
is he really music producer or a
he
video
is.
director?
Yeah, he worked with Ghana TV for many
Oh,
years.
okay. Okay.
He also did many of the videos that we um, have in the traveling and bringing delegation to Ghana, and also delegations coming to the US, and all the footage and all that. He has been
Wow.
instrumental in capturing all that, even when we brought delegations to Accra and all that. So he's been in the business of making videos for a long time.
Well, that's
Wow.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And I would love to collaborate with him. That is amazing.
Mm.
And I'm honored that he would want to collaborate. So let's do it.
And
Chantel, let me ask you this quick question. Elena, before you read the message, I
yes,
want to know: are you under any record label?
record
No, I'm
label.
independent. I'm independent right now.
Wow. So how do you survive?
Right. Right. No, that is a point. No, because it can be expensive when you're doing things independently.
Yes.
Um, so, like I told you before, I do have my business that I started, Multicolored Coat Kids, which
Mm.
is coaching young people in the arts and helping prepare
Mm-hmm.
them to enter the arts and entertainment industry. Something that I started
Mm.
that I wish I would have had when I was younger, somebody to show me
Hmm.
the ropes, somebody that can kind of be protective and teach you the ins and outs, how to audition, how to get your foot in the door. So that helps, but like I said, you have to be creative, and you have to work,
Mm.
you have to do what you have to do. But as
Yes.
of now, I am paying for things out of my pocket, recording, videos, all
Mm.
of that stuff, wardrobe, that's coming from Natasha. So
And I think
So.
it's important to know. I think that artists really didn't have, took for granted when record labels or other producers will upfront the cost of
Mm.
handling everything for an artist. And now
Yeah.
it's great to be independent and receive the money that comes, but also the other side of that is that you also have
Yes.
the cost of it, what
yeah,
it takes to get it
Exactly.
there. You know?
yes,
For artists to manage his or herself, it comes with advantage and disadvantage.
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah. Mm.
Absolutely.
Don't you
But I am
don't
still
you
an
think?
artist. I do still audition. I do still cast. I'm still, out there doing that as well as my business. So I am still, besides music, pursuing the other avenues of the arts, which helps.
Yeah.
Mm. Lady, don't you think you should introduce her to Gordon?
Commissioner Gordon, sure. So
Yeah.
Commissioner Gordon is a very good friend of mine, and
Mm.
he might be in Ghana next month.
Okay.
I might see him this weekend. He is a seven-time Grammy Award-winning producer, and
Oh, wow.
he did Miseducation of Lauren Hill.
Oh, wow.
Uh, he
That's my
produced,
favorite artist,
yeah, he
Lauren.
produced, yeah. So he produced. That is like the one of the top, if not the top, uh,
Mm.
record in the United States. And he also produced Amy Winehouse's first
Mm.
record release,
Okay.
Frank,
Yeah.
which went platinum. So um,
I think
So
he
yeah,
works. He did work with Mary J. Blige too. When I watched his
oh well,
profile.
he has a whole list of. I have a list of about 150 artists, but that's
Wow.
really the most recognizable. He
Mm.
has done also the music for a lot of the latest movies, um,
That's amazing.
for Men in Black and whatnot. So yeah, so he
Like a
is
like a
all
soundtrack, like soundtracks.
yes, like
Okay.
scoring for films. Yeah.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, maybe on a future broadcast, maybe I'll have him come to the studio when he's in Ghana, and then we can
Absolutely.
tap into um, Chantel, Mrs. Chantel.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
yeah. So Kobe says, "Hi, I'm Richard from Cape Coast, and I'm a singer, and I would love to have a collaboration with Houston."
Well, thank
Um,
you, Kobe.
he, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but he said his name is Richard, and he has placed his email, and would be so glad to have a collaboration with you. So that's good. So look at that.
Amazing.
On one video, we got two people. You got a music
Yeah.
video.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
That's how
right.
it starts. That's how it starts.
So I want to not play a little game, but I have like some questions for you. It's going to be quick, and
Mhm.
I have 5 or 6 questions that will um, get to help people get to know you.
Okay.
And here we go. What is your favorite mystery series?
Oh, you know what? I actually don't watch a lot of TV. I know that
That's a
sounds
good one.
crazy.
No, it
Um,
doesn't.
yeah.
But you did mention that your other passion is acting. So why is that you don't watch TV like movies?
No, I mean I do no, I do watch TV, but I feel like it's you can get so lost in TV. And like
Okay.
when you're creating, you can be inspired by things, but I will watch, but it's not I just started. The pandemic has gotten me into watching more TV. But yes, I do love movies. I love to watch movies, but I don't watch
Okay.
a lot of
All
I
right,
would
let's go
say
on to the
mystery.
next one. Let's keep going because I don't think it's weird that you don't watch TV because I hardly do either. So here we
See?
go. Are you a neat or a messy person?
Uh, I would
You don't have to
probably,
answer.
you know what? I think I can be
Both,
both.
right?
Yeah, I can be
Do,
both.
do
I
you
can be
think
both.
do you think happiness is a choice?
I do think I do think happiness is a choice. I do think
Why do
you
you
have a
think
choice
so?
to make.
Why do you think so?
Happiness is a choice because it's not what happens, it's your response. And
To what
so I
happens?
think you regulate you and you regulate. It's okay
Mm.
to feel, but I mean you control that. You
Okay.
control how you respond.
Next one is what has been your biggest sacrifice in launching your music career in the US?
Hmm.
My biggest sacrifice.
Hmm.
My biggest sacrifice that I think in pursuing the things that I love for a while. So I grew up raised by my grandmother, and my grandmother's health. I sacrificed a lot for her for a long time to be there and to be her caretaker and to make sure that she was okay. So I put a lot of my desires on hold. She passed last March.
Mm,
So
sorry to hear
I
that.
think for
Mhm.
me now, it's
Time
to
to do
live in
you.
such a way that she would be pleased and to see, that I'm pursuing those things that I sacrificed.
We have Kristen Cunningham who says, "What about the Twilight Zone?" She
I
was
don't
saying a
wa-
mystery movie.
wait,
I don't watch it either.
Stranger Things. What's the name of that one? Stranger Things. I did watch that, if that counts as
Stranger Things. Oh,
yeah, I
okay.
did like that. But no, I
Um,
didn't watch the Twilight Zone.
what famous celebrity?
This conversation looks like American thing. I'm lost. I
American
don't know what
stuff,
to.
not
Yeah,
African. Okay, well, you know
yeah.
what? That's great
I
because
don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm lost.
I
no,
don't know.
I understand. Me neither. I mean, I know kind of
Yeah.
what you're talking about. What
Uh,
famous celebrity chef would you want to cater your first hit record release or song release?
Oh
hmm.
no. I don't know.
Ah.
Chef Ramsay. Mate, we'll go with Chef Ramsay.
Do you like to travel?
I love to travel.
What do you think is not
Uh,
fair? What?
I'm
Yes.
coming. Your question regarding to traveling, I want to ask her that apart from US, which country have you been so far?
I actually have not. I
Mm.
haven't traveled internationally yet.
Do you even have a passport? No.
I do. I do
Okay.
have a passport.
Okay.
Yes. I was actually supposed to teach in Shanghai for a while, and then I backed out because it would have been a 2-year commitment.
Ooh, that's
So
hard.
yeah, so
Mm.
I
Hard.
did it, but I did have my passport ready. Been doing some talks about London, some
Mm.
collaborations with London. So and then I'm trying to get to Ghana too. So as soon as this pandemic comes, my passport is waiting.
What do you think is not fair about the music industry?
What do I think is
That,
not fair about the music industry?
that
Okay,
is a good
so
question.
this could go kind of deep. I feel like I feel like substance is not always celebrated.
Mm-hmm.
Substance is not always celebrated. So I think that sometimes people feel like they have to compromise in content, whether it's image
Mm-hmm.
or any of those things to be accepted. So I think that a lot of people are not being actually who they really are, but who they think will be accepted. And
That's
so
true.
we need to, I wish we could kind of alter that. But,
What is the next biggest leap of faith that you're planning on taking?
the next biggest leap of faith. Well, geographically, um, there's some moves in the works, but I'm also taking some more creative stances in some things and producing and launching out in creativity. So instead of just being in front of the camera and things, I'm kind of working towards being behind the camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what artist influenced you the most?
Oh, wow. So you kind of tapped on that when you mentioned it before. I would say Lauryn Hill is a big influence for me.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yes. And I think that's because she's so versatile, so diverse. She
Mm.
could sing, she can rhyme,
Mm.
she acts, there's a lot of things that she tapped into. And so when you have somebody that can hang with the guys, the substance that she speaks, she's not
Yes.
compromising in her lyrics and in her message. And she's just a powerful role model when it comes to that, her message and the ability to do it all. So I would say
Mm.
Lauren. Whitney was a big one. Brandy was
Yeah.
another big one for
Yeah.
me growing up. And all these people that I'm saying, their image was, classy, positive role models for the most part, and that was healthy, I think, for me to see that. So Whitney, the Brandys, the
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Aretha,
Yes. Yes.
Anita
Okay,
Baker.
let me ask this one more question. When
Okay.
you hear the name Africa, what comes into your mind?
Mhm.
When I hear Africa, what comes to mind? History,
Mm-hmm.
origin,
Okay.
DNA, creativity,
Mm-hmm.
um, strength, perseverance, resilience, overcoming, home. So many. There's so
Yeah.
many.
What
Okay.
is the first thing you reach? What is the first song you reach for when you need comforting?
Oh, goodness, that depends. But I would say when I need comfort, I'm going to gospel,
Gospel.
because
Okay.
I'm going to tap into worship. I would say definitely worship.
Mm.
I may not be able to give you a particular song right now.
That's okay. But
Fred
gospel.
Hammond, No Weapon is one that comforts me. I
Yeah.
love Fred Hammond. And a lot of the gospel artists that influenced me also had like a crossover sound or crossover appeal that I felt like I could relate to. So Fred was
Fred
one of
Hammond
those.
is from Jamaica.
Fred Hammond, Kirk
Yeah.
Franklin. I interned for him for a little bit, so I actually got to be exposed up and close and personal with him. So
I
Kirk is
love him.
one.
Do you still are you still in touch with Kirk Franklin?
I don't talk to him regularly, but he definitely responds when I do reach out.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah.
So maybe we should plan a trip with him and to some major inspirational event in Ghana.
Well, that would be
Yeah,
great.
that would be
I
great.
would see how he would feel. You know what's funny is when I interned for him, he said he could hear it in my voice that I could sing, and I would not sing for him. So that's
Mm,
just how I've overcome like the fear. I would not sing. I was more
yeah,
on the marketing side then, but he could hear it. He's like, I can hear it in your voice when you speak to me.
yeah.
So yeah,
I love
that
his
would be
music.
dope.
Do you watch any singing competitions? And if so, who's your favorite contestant?
I do. I do. So I watch we've been watching American Idol and The Voice.
Okay.
Um, I like Willie. I do like what Willie's doing. Willie
Mhm.
Spence. I'm trying to think of these names off top. On The Voice, oh my gosh, I can't think of her name. She has the shortcut. She just did a Gladys Knight song.
I
Um,
haven't been watching them lately, so I couldn't help you.
yeah. I mean, when I watch, I'm not the best with the names, but
I
Willie
think
comes to mind.
I think that the singing competition sometimes, oh, like they make me cry, and like they just like invite so many different emotions that
Yeah,
sometimes I have to even stop watching them, because I hate those that lose too.
yeah.
I don't like I like they feel I feel crushed when they
And
when they can't
then
make it.
the voting aspect of it.
Oh,
Like you
yeah.
might not necessarily agree with how
How
the
they
others
voted.
voted. Yeah. I'm not sure if Bean is still on the show, but I did really like Bean from was he on American Idol? That was American Idol. I
Yeah,
did really
American.
like him. I liked him. He was different. He was very unique.
Have you worked with any musician that has betrayed you professionally?
These
Um
questions are tough.
did you see that look? I
Uh,
think when it comes to anything, betrayal is inevitable. I think that I have actually, yes. Matter of fact, I don't know if you want me to go into it, but I have had some situations where I have been betrayed, and I think that it's all about resilience.
yeah.
People will be people. A lot of times, betrayal is the door to promotion. And I think you
Mhm.
have to see it like that. And when you see it like that, when you see betrayal, you see it in a different way. You celebrate it and you say, okay, now it's time for me to go to a new dimension. Now it's time for me to go to a new level because apparently I must have just graduated from the last dimension. So
So
yes, I have
yeah.
been betrayed. Yeah.
So if so, and you speak of that graduation,
Mhm.
uh, would so in that same scenario, could your intuition prevented that?
Mm, I think that now we're going a different way here. So I
So
think
in other
that
words,
we do have
yeah. Go ahead.
gifts. And I
Yes.
think that sometimes you can sense something or you can sense something about a person. But I also think that some things are meant to happen or some things are ordained. Now you have to use wisdom. There are some things that wisdom can help you to avoid. And then there are some things that I think that God hides from us, or there are some things that blindside us, but they're all a part of the plan. So even if you're not aware that something might happen, I think it's a part of your story, and that it's all a part of the plan.
Have
It's
you
all a
written a
part.
song? Have you written a song about your parents?
I have not.
Hmm,
No,
that's interesting.
no.
Have you written a song that could be used for liberation?
I
Liberation of the
have.
spirit, African liberation, any type of liberation.
I have. It
You
wasn't
have
particularly my song, but there was a song that I did collaborate called "Stand Up."
stand up. Oh, I want to hear that. Where can
Stand
we
Up.
find that one?
You know what? I would
Okay.
have to see if he ever released that. So I'll have to get
Yeah,
back with you on that. But yes, it actually was about overcoming and at the time dealing with social injustice and oppression. And the title was "Stand Up." Yeah. So I'll check
yeah,
on that. Get back with you
yeah.
guys to see what he did with that.
Okay,
That
let me
would be
ask this
amazing.
one. Where do you want to be? What do you want to do in the next 5 years? How do you want us to see you in the next 5 years? Who do you want to
In
become
the
in the next 5 years?
next 5 years,
When you
I,
mention the name Natasha Shantel, where do you want to be?
okay, so in the next 5 years, I would want Natasha Shantel to be a known name for
Okay.
my music and my artistry. I would love to see my business on a larger scale because that is meant to birth a generation of creatives to follow behind me that I feel like are morally sound and ready to enter the industry. Um, I would also love for you all to see me on screen and also be made aware of the works that have been produced behind the scenes.
So, what is the one thing that's holding you back now? What can you ask for? Ask the universe out there that can get you closer to that.
Well,
That sounded like a church.
first I want to say this because I know everybody's beliefs are different.
Yeah.
Anytime I appeal for things that I want, I always go to God in prayer. And I think the one thing that um I need to ask for is probably just the right people, the right support, the right teams, because no man is an island. And so you have to also be mindful of who is on your team and making sure that there's the right chemistry, that there's the right understanding there, that you mesh and collaborate well. So I think for me, it's just the right support.
Or
And
having I believe that God, the universe, or whatever God you pray to, I gotta be mindful of that um you are given all that you need. What we need
Mhm.
is the power to discern
Right,
who that is, right?
right,
So that power of discernment of your
right,
surroundings and all
right.
those funny people,
That's true.
right?
Right.
Okay. So,
Somebody is asking for your email address.
yes, her email address.
Think
We
of it
will.
there.
Natasha
Uh,
Shantel. Yeah, I'll get that to you guys.
okay, go ahead. Say
Natasha
it.
Shantel, ENT@gmail.com.
So Natasha Shantel Entertainment, basically at Gmail, and
It.
entertainment is abbreviated ENT.
Yes.
Okay. Kristen says, "Did you hear Leslie Autumn Jr.
Okay.
and Sarah? I don't know how to pronounce the last name.
Release.
Yeah,
Song
seriously,
Barrels.
seriously. No, I
great
haven't
song.
heard that, but I'll listen to that.
You were talking about liberation songs. Okay, definitely. I will listen to that. Okay, so what are you most thankful for in your music career, in your personal life, in general?
I am most thankful for life itself. I think as we've learned this past year, that is not to be taken for granted. I'm also thankful that, you know, for favor, because it's not always who's the best or the most qualified. I think that I've been afforded a lot of opportunities and a lot of exposures that a lot of people haven't had. So I'm grateful for that. And it's not because I'm better than anyone or any of that. It's just blessings. And so I think
Grace.
grace, yeah, just I'm grateful for grace and opportunity and love and life itself.
I bet you never had this many questions asked in a row. This is
You
good
know,
practice.
I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Thank you. Thank you.
DJ Saki, any callers, or you want to go ahead and take us out? We took more time than
Uh,
we.
I'm so sorry because of the questions. I even forgot to announce the phone line. Let me
I
try
know,
and see.
right?
Yeah, it was quite
It's
entertaining.
okay.
Yeah,
It's
so
okay.
let me announce the phone line 0243 137 753 0243 137 753 or 020 203 8937. You can also contribute to the show by calling now 0243 137 753. Yeah, so we're still
And
waiting for the callers.
I know that's crazy. On our last minute, we're asking for a caller, right? That was a little bit too late, but
Yeah,
we got
yeah,
so
yes,
involved in the
yes.
questions. It was lovely to get to know you more.
Uh
Thank
huh.
you.
And
Thank you for having me.
yes, if you are listening, tell people how they can find you online again.
You can
To the
find
listeners.
me.
Mhm.
I think your social media handles. Can you mention it for
Absolutely.
us?
So you can find me on Instagram at Natasha Shantel _. So you can find me on Instagram there. I do have a Facebook profile that is Natasha S Houston there. There's also a public page that you can connect to on Facebook that is Natasha S Houston Official. And you can download the singles I do in 7 times 8, and you can find those on any major platform. And of course, my email, as she shared before, Natasha Chantel ENT@gmail.com.
And Verus, Mr. Showbiz Africa, I'll forgive you if you're having bad connection, but I won't forgive you if you don't show up again. Um, we will look forward to the next time you appear on the show. I want to thank you for coming. DJ Saki, take us out. We'll see you again next Wednesday, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, so this is 99.5 Ahomka FM, and that has been the culturally late Africa.